Now we're just a month away from the start of the 2022 Formula 1 season. The new car reveals are coming thick and fast. McLaren recently revealed their new car, and with that attention comes some insightful interviews into the goings-on at the team. Most interestingly, with an interview featuring Daniel Ricciardo. The Australian had plenty to say about his teammate Lando Norris, and in today's video, we're going to deep dive into what he said and what McLaren are expecting from Lando this season. Hey motorheads, glad to see you back on this racing track. Did you get road rage and need some Formula 1 updates to help you relax? Then we're ready to drive you. So put on your seatbelts and join us as we chauffeur you through today's video. But before that, be that perfect speed freak by banging into the subscribe button. Alright, we're good to go. Australian Formula 1 driver Daniel Ricciardo has had a career featuring highs and lows. He joined Red Bull in 2014 with great expectations for what he might achieve. Red Bull had won the previous 4 Constructors' Championships with a first-class lineup of Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber. Daniel came in to replace Mark Webber and was meant to be the new young hotshot on the grid. Red Bull were confident he would follow where Mark Webber left off and continue to deliver them Constructors' Championships as well as challenge for World Drivers' Championships. Unfortunately, that never quite happened. 2 third-place finishes in 5 years wasn't the return Red Bull were looking for on their investment. Daniel left in 2019 to join Renault, a move that at the time upset the Red Bull team. They saw themselves as the best of the rest in a paddock that Mercedes ruled. Daniel's move was most definitely his choice, and it hurt Red Bull. 2 years at Renault went by without much reward. Then came McLaren. The 2021 McLaren team were competitive throughout the season. A 4th place finish was well won, and if it hadn't been for Ferrari's late surge, they almost definitely would have finished 3rd. A 1-2 finish at Monza was definitely the highlight. Daniel Ricciardo took 1st as well as fastest lap, and Lando Norris took 2nd. After the race, Lando said that he could definitely have challenged Daniel for 1st, but didn't for the good of the team. That would be Daniel's only podium of the season though, while Lando Norris managed to claim 4 podium finishes over the course of the 2021 season. Of the 22 races in 2021, Daniel only managed to beat Lando 7 times, one of which was a Lando retirement and the other the rained-off Belgian Grand Prix. Over the course of the season, Lando managed to outscore Daniel 160 points to 115. Daniel Ricciardo had beaten Lando Norris in the previous 2 seasons, and with them racing on a level playing field at McLaren, no one predicted that Lando would beat Daniel in the drivers' standings. This will definitely have come as a shock to the Australian driver. He's known for his cocky personality around the paddock, and never seems to be short of confidence, so being beaten by such a young driver will definitely have been a surprise. In a recent interview, he was asked if Lando's pace had surprised him last season. I wouldn't say I was surprised, because there's 20 of us in F1, and there are a lot of others in the world who are trying to get there. So I always expect there to be someone very talented, someone fast, but you never know how fast. I'll be honest, I think I knew Lando was good, but I didn't know at what level, and I think he pushed that level as high as he could last year. It's no surprise, but I think I was impressed with his skills, with the level he took the car to. It was obviously difficult at times for me, because I wasn't always at the same level. But it was also encouraging to see that the car could be brought to that level. It was just me trying to figure it out, said Daniel Ricciardo. So Daniel has been impressed by what Lando Norris has shown while they've been together at McLaren. Daniel has been in a similar position before, when Max Verstappen joined Red Bull. At the time, Daniel had been the golden boy at Red Bull, but Max joining upset that balance, and the team started to shift their focus to Max's development. No, I'm definitely not worried about that, said Ricciardo when asked if Norris is now about to do a Verstappen under his nose at McLaren. If I look from McLaren's perspective, or from a business point of view, I see it's a good move to keep Lando longer. It's a win-win for both parties. Lando Norris has shot up above Ricciardo in the annual earnings list with his new McLaren contract extension, taking him all the way through to the end of 2025. Happy for him, Ricciardo told Sky Italia when asked about Norris's new deal. McLaren did the right thing. For my part, I'm happy that I still have a couple of years and potentially even a little more in the contract, he revealed. I'm also 10 years older and don't know what will happen in the next 5 years or so I don't think I can aspire to that, but I'm very comfortable in this team. McLaren also has stability in the management ranks, with team boss Andreas Seidl confirming that, like Norris, all the most important people are signed up for the future. I can't go into details, he said, but Zach Brown, myself and my team are committed to the team for the long term. Seidl also recently denied that Norris is now McLaren's #1 driver, despite his big new contract. If you want to know if McLaren will have a #1 driver, my answer is no, said Seidl when asked how Norris's new deal changes the situation in the team. My job, together with the whole team, is to ensure that both drivers have equal opportunities and can compete with each other. The German said that Lando Norris proved in 2021 in particular, but also earlier, that he is now a driver who can secure pole positions and fight for wins. Naturally, we wanted to keep such a driver at McLaren for as long as possible, Seidl added. We've also seen over the past 3 years that Lando is a great brand ambassador for McLaren, which is also very important. Seidl is no doubt referring to Lando Norris's successful streaming pastime, which has brought attention to the McLaren brand in a market that's notoriously difficult to gain traction in. Young fans are coming to Formula 1 like never before, and it's open personalities like Lando Norris that they're supporting. They want a driver that they can relate to, who's like themselves, not a stiff veteran of the sport like Lewis Hamilton or Sebastian Vettel. McLaren team principal Andreas Seidl has suggested that Lando Norris will have every chance of troubling the likes of Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen for Grand Prix victories over the course of the upcoming season. Norris is now said to be F1's third highest paid driver as a result of his new contract, which reflects his crucial importance to McLaren's upward trajectory over the last 3 years. He came agonizingly close to sealing his maiden victory at last year's Russian Grand Prix, but was ultimately pipped by Hamilton after deciding not to pit for wet tyres, despite a late rain shower during the closing stages of the contest. Seidl is confident that Norris will not have to wait too much longer, though with the McLaren boss adamant that he's good enough to start competing with Hamilton and Verstappen on a regular basis in the near future. With Lando now being with the team since 2017 as a junior driver, going into his 4th racing season now with us, showing last year that with the right team and with the right car, in his 3rd year in Formula 1, he can score pole positions and he can fight for race wins, Seidl told F1i.com. It was just natural for us that we obviously try to lock him in as long as possible here at McLaren, because the most important thing is that we are fully aligned along with the timelines in terms of the journey we're in. And therefore, we're very happy to know that we have Lando for 4 more years as a driver, which is the most important thing obviously. We know he can pull it off when it matters. Lando's driving partner Daniel Ricciardo and team principal Andreas Seidl are obviously incredibly impressed with what they've seen from the British driver so far. 2022 is a chance for Lando Norris to really start to shine in Formula 1. New regulations and cars will completely change the pecking order of the grid. In Daniel Ricciardo, McLaren have a driver with the experience to help them create a great car. And they think that in Lando Norris, they have a driver that can challenge for the World Drivers' Championship in 2022. Pre-season testing in Spain is just around the corner, and everyone is expecting Lando Norris to impress. Thanks for watching this video the whole way through. What do you think of the comments about Lando Norris? Do you think he's set to make a breakout performance in 2022? Let us know in the comment section down below what you think. On your way out of our pit box, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that notification bell to be sure you don't miss out on any of our content. Till we see you next time, drive safe and bye bye.